Redditors that have gone on Tinder dates, what was your worst and weirdest experiences? Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the video. I met a girl for a date who turned out to be much better looking than her photos, which is always a nice surprise. The date went well, just dinner and a walk, and we said our goodbyes. The next day she invited me out to a friend's birthday party downtown as her +1. I wanted to go, but I had to work the next day and wanted to be able to drink a little since it was a bunch of people I didn't know. She said that's alright, you can park at my house and sleep over. Charging. So, of course, I said yes. Fast forward to the middle of the party, I'm enjoying myself chatting it up with her friends and having a good time, and next thing I know she absolutely loses it and storms out of the bar, leaving me there, drunk, with her friends. I still have no idea why. One of them told me she wants you to go after her, and I said frick that, it's our second date, which not a single person blamed me for. I stayed at the party and switched to water while I continued talking with her friends. That was over a year ago, and I still regularly hang out with them. They have since stopped talking to her. Perfectly nice date. 20 minutes into it, she says, I'll be honest, I know what I need in a man, and you don't have it. At 25, I would have been crushed, wondering what it was would have kept me up 4 days. Being 35, I thanked her for being blunt and was happy to have an unexpectedly free evening. We went on 3 dates. The next time she asked to see me, I told her I was visiting family and wouldn't be available until the following weekend. In that moment, she freaked out and sent me a 7-page long text about how I destroyed what could have been a perfect relationship and that she wanted to marry me still if I would just put her first. She then left me a voicemail of her singing "You Got It Bad" by Usher while crying and saying she loved me over and over. 2 days later she sent me pictures of her burning a bucket list she had made for us. Glad I got out of that one unscathed. Went to see 50 Shades of Grey. Got a blowy in the parking lot. Got caught by a security guard on a Segway. Ended up with chlamydia. I no longer Tinder. My story. I posted this a while back in a thread about Tinder. It was a pretty spectacularly bad. I used it. I'm a fat ugly bastard. I matched with a girl who wasn't too shabby looking. Texted for a few days until we were both off. I picked her up. She was very cute. Went to dinner at a Japanese steakhouse and had a good time. Drank some cig. She suggested we go back to my place. We stopped by her apartment to get her car and she wants to get clothes. She follows me to my house and we make out in my driveway for a few and start to move towards the house. I'm excited. Gonna get laid and all yesy. Been a while. So we are on my front porch and she goes what's that, and points to this baseball-sized toad that hangs out on my porch. This is his second year at there. Anyways, I explain he is cool and I knock beetles off my porch light for to eat and stuff. She walks over to him, looks at me, like intense eye contact, and proceeded to slowly stomp on my toad. Now at this point I was experiencing several emotions: shock, anger, rage. I shouted at her, "What the frick? Why'd you do that?" To which she replied, "I wanted to make you mad so you'd frick me hard." I was speechless while I processed what I had just witnessed. I told her to get the frick of my property. She flips out. We yell back and forth. I sprayed her with the hose and she finally leaves, only to show up 20 minutes later topless on my deck in the backyard. She had walked from down the road and pulled like 6 pickets down from my fence to get in the backyard. Cops came. She cried her way out of trouble with them and left. Right, so I was in Shanghai for work, and decided to see what was happening on Tinder. I had to use a VPN to get around the Great Firewall. Anyway, matched with a girl and chatted briefly. She asked if I wanted to meet at her hotel for a drink. Alarm bells should have been ringing Willy. So I shower up, pop a breath mint, and smash out a Lucky Panda cigarette, whilst flagging down a cab. I get to her hotel and to my astonishment, she is the woman in the profile, waiting for me at the hotel bar. Have a few cocktails and things are going well. She's friendly, seems really into me. Then she asks if I want to go up to her room for some more drinks. Dear diary, jackpot. So we make our way upstairs and she doesn't waste any time and jumps straight in. When all was said and done I thought, right, time to do the Shanghai shuffle. So I'm putting my clothes on and about to leave and she weighs, "What about my money, baby?" My heart sinks quicker than a mob snitch swimming in concrete boots. I ask her what she means. Not for free sex. 3,000 RMB. She replies, which is just shy of $500. Frick me. I'd just rooted a hooker, so a heated argument begins and I'm planning my escape lest there be a pimp waiting outside. She starts screaming at me and hotel security arrive on the scene and hustle me down to the lobby. She follows in tow demanding her money, screaming, yelling, making a scene. Everyone's looking. I've really hit rock bottom here. Then I see someone get out of a cab outside the hotel entrance. I gap it and leap into the cab, telling the driver to drive in the worst Chinese possible. I probably said something offensive, but the power of the almighty yuan saves the day and he speeds off, taking me back to my hotel where I can hit a bottle of scotch and reflect on what the actual frick just happened. So, I found a cool chick. She was into cars, into guns, drank and cussed like a sailor. Looked great, she had the sexy resting bitch face. I was so ready to smash. Well, she hits me up and says she's going to a car meet and was gonna pick me up. I was so down for that. So, she texts me saying hey, I'm outside. So I run out and I see her in her car, walk up and say what's up, and that's when it hit me. This bitch has the angles. Good freaking god, she had saddlebags hanging over the seat of her car. This bitch was enormous. So I played it cool. I asked her, hey, want anything to drink before we head out? She says sure, so I run in and grab my roommate and say bro, I fricked up. I fricked up bad. I need a call like a level 10. Mom had a heart attack. Dad had a stroke. Your brother's in jail again, but for murder this time, and it was your job to keep him out. He laughs his freaking ass off. So I go back out to the car, go to the car wash, and I got the call and I put him on speaker. Bro, my brother's in jail again. My mom is gonna kill me. My dad is never going to talk to me again. And my brother's in jail in Nag's Head for first-degree murder. I play along like oh frick 8 man, we need to get there and get a bail bond. This is where it gets good. No man, it's cool. Sobbing. I'm just gonna hit the bottle and pull the trigger. She heard that, we jump in the car. I'm doing my best to act panicked and we get to the house and we both run in. And there's my roommate. Empty bottle of Jack on the ground and a half-full bottle of Jameson tilted up and pressed to his lips and an unloaded handgun to his head, screaming if you take one more step I'm gonna blow my brains out. And she freaking bolted out the door and took off. Always have a bro for an SOS or a level 10 emergency. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more r/AskReddit content. Be sure to check out our playlist, link in the description below.